Hi, Pastor Doug back again with another video. Today is a question that is going to, I think, challenge and maybe anger some people. Pretty straightforward question. Is feminism a sin? Well, let's ponder this. First and foremost, feminism is an ideology and not an action, but obviously thoughts can be sinful, no doubt about it, and certainly ideologies can be sinful. I mean, atheism is an ideology, it's actually a religion, and it's quite sinful. So, is feminism sinful? My question would be first, define feminism. And unfortunately, there's many different definitions of feminism. And in a quick video, I can't go into massive detail, but if you read feminist literature, there's at least three, if not four, waves of feminism. The first wave of feminism is from the 19th century, and it's more based on classical liberal notions. The notion that women should have the right to vote. And in that sense, I think that Christians can have an honest debate about. I don't think that's a sinful ideology. Matter of fact, if you go read many of the early suffragettes, many of them, not all, but many of them were Christians. And fun fact, many of the early feminists were passionately pro-life. They correctly understood abortion was a real threat against womanhood and marriage and the family, and were very much against it. So, first wave feminism, is it sinful? My answer is no, but I think a conversation has to be had about it. The second wave and third wave, and particularly fourth wave feminism, is much less based on classical liberalism and based on, to be blunt, secular neo Marxist leftism about trying to make everyone equal and having equality of outcome and arguing that male and female are not really different. That is sinful. God has made us fundamentally different. We have different roles, we have different strengths, and we have different weaknesses, and we desperately need each other. And so to say that men and women are equal is simply not true. There are some things my wife is vastly better at than I am, and the things I'm better at than my wife. And those differences are precious, and those differences, when brought together, are a good and glorious thing. And those are very much being attacked by modern feminism, so that is sinful. Because we read in 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15, but women will be preserved through the bearing of children if they continue in faith and love and sanctity with self-restraint. Now, of course, to our modern ears, like, that's horrible, that's enslaving women. Wait a minute. Producing the next generation, watching over them, caring for them, loving them, is some inappropriate thing? It's one of the greatest callings there is in life. The family outside of the church is the most important institution the Lord has made. It is where we first learn the laws of God, to honor thy mother and thy father, the first of the second grouping of the laws of loving your neighbor. Women are a precious and beautiful thing, so are men. And we need to encourage manhood and womanhood from a biblical perspective. And clearly, modern feminism is very much attacking biblical notions and attacking reality itself. So, is feminism a sin? We have to first define that. And then, yes, there's going to be conversations. And when we get into the more moderate ground, it gets a little bit more difficult. Just to give you an example, women in the military. I would argue very strongly women should not be drafted in the military. I think that's insane. Should we go the other direction, that women can never have any role in the military, not even be nurses? Well, that's kind of crazy too. But where's that middle ground? Yeah, we can have that debate about first wave feminism. But what's going on in most of feminist studies this day and age is violently anti-Christian. And I think men and women should know about that. Well, thank you for the question. And as always, I hope Christ's grace is with everyone. Amen.